All right. Already. So, we start out with the Ten of Swords. Something is weighing heavy in your soul and in your mind. Six of Wands. This battle that you have going on in your mind about a certain situation, Spirit is just saying straight out, let it be. Let it be. Because this heaviness that this card is holding is so heavy on my chest. And this battle that you're going through in your mind over this, it is distracting you from your in the moment. Not to mention, because this situation, it feels very heartfelt, very personal. It feels very personal. And there's that moment in your mind with this battle of, how could this be happening? How could this be happening the way that it is? And I feel like I'm losing control. That's what they're saying, losing control of a situation. But you're not losing control. You are losing control mentally as to how you're managing it. But the situation itself was meant to happen so that you face this because you have to face it in order to know how to overcome it, because this is something that has happened to you multiple times, and when it does, you become out of character. You become down on yourself, your energy becomes very down, and then that's when things literally start to snowball into, this went wrong, that went wrong, this broke, this needs fixing, this needs more money that you don't necessarily have in the moment. Take a serious look inside and how you're handling the heavy weight of certain situations revolving around your life. It may very well be heavy, but for it to affect your energy to where now your energy is affecting all of your own personal space, that's a problem, because it's not worth that. Nothing is worth that. Not to mention, right after that battle, you have the Justice card here. So whatever this situation is that's going on in your mind that you're battling back and forth and back and forth, if you just, and they're saying, not let it be to where you don't care, or it's one of those, oh, it is what it is, such is life type attitude. It's not necessarily that way of thinking and that type of energy. It's more of a, I trust that Spirit has my back, and that however the situation is going to unfold, I will uphold myself to a standard where I will think about it, I will process it, but I'm not going to allow it to extend out into my atmosphere and affect everything else around me, because justice is on your side. So whoever is doing you wrong in this situation, trust that Spirit sees it. Trust that Spirit hears what they say and sees the type of reactions that they're giving you and trying to get you to react too. They're pointing that out. Every action has a reaction. So just really hone in on your reactive state of the situation, because not only will it help you energetically within your own atmosphere, but it'll also help you mentally and with your energy by not allowing it to affect you to that extent. And then look, you have the Page of Swords here. You started out with the Ten of Swords, and then you have the Page of Swords in here, which is confirmation of the fact that let justice run its course. Because ultimately, in the long run, you're holding the major sword. You can overcome this. You can overcome the detrimental BS that this person has put upon you mentally. And then you have the Three of Pentacles. You have different options of how you want to handle this, but at the same time, focus on the fact that you are protected, you are safe, and that the person that's causing you in the situation, even though that person is in the wrong for how they're reacting towards you and how they're treating you, you are protected in a sense of they can do whatever they want as long as you don't allow them to manipulate. Look, somebody doesn't want you to hear this. Holy crap. You are protected. Trust that justice will come through. It won't happen right away. That's not how these things work. But it will happen. It will happen. Oh, I didn't even get to shuffle. Yeah, see? Five of Wands. And then the Six of Swords. It's... This Five of Wands is... This is not you. This is pretty much what's going on with this person. And this is why they're so irate with you. And so... I'm going to get this out. So ready to just attack, and with the chaos that's revolved around this person and this situation, you're not in that space. You're not that type of person. You don't go through your life that way. And ultimately what's going to happen once you allow just to kind of step back and trust the process of, don't go down that road of, well, I don't deserve this, and no, nobody deserves to be treated unfairly or like crap. But the reason that this happens is because this is the type of person you're dealing with. So Spirit knows better and knows that for you to have a better state of mind, let me expose this person. Look at that. Let me expose that person. The Six of Swords here. You are on a path that literally is leveled up from that person's mentality. You and that person cannot be on the same wavelength mentally because you're on a totally different path. You handle things completely differently. And you also are not the type of person to go out of your way to hurt someone. So in your mind, it's coming off as, I can't wrap my head around why somebody would go out of their way to vindictively hurt someone. But that's because this is who they are. This is who they are. So don't allow that situation to weigh so heavy on you. Take it as a sign. Spirit has your back. Spirit is trying to expose the fact that that person is not good for you, for your element, for your energy, for any of that. Go to part 2.